Hi guys, hello. Today we're gonna review the Phantom Brigade. At its heart, Phantom Brigade is solo small-scale squad tactic games. You command up to 4 Gundam SQ mechs in small skirmishes against large forces. While often outnumbered, you have the huge advantage of knowing what the enemy will be doing in each 5 seconds turn. You play your action on a timeline while projections show you where enemies are moving and whose hair targeting, like a more granular take into the beach. It's satisfying to explode, dodging out of sniper's aim at the last second, chucking around incoming missiles or interrupting a charge with a swooping melee attack, like you're leading a squad of enemy protagonists against an army of faceless guns. At its work great for the first couple dozen battles. After each fight, your little squad and salvage mechs part of weapon from the battlefield, melt down unwanted gears of resources and upgrade your mobile repair base and strategic option. It's an exciting progression loop, working your way across a strategic map of increasingly province, absorbing new enemy tech into your arsenal and then using it in part to liberate that region, making it a safe place to retreat to and restock. There is so many little aspects that Phantom Brigade gets right. Visually it's a treat with clean UI design and sharp looking robots inspired by Square's classic Front Mission series. The turn replays are a joy, watching in a slow motion that exact moment an enemy max day was completely ruined never gets old, and there is a real sense of heft to the mechs despite their jump jet assistant. Max weights also affect how collisions play out, with a heavier allowing you to tackle lighter enemies, potentially their pilot, and letting you salvage their mechs undamaged. It makes a fine first impression, and there is something special here. This is a formula that I want to see refined and expected on. Unfortunately, the deeper I dug into Phantom Brigade, the more flaws I noticed in its glossy banner, and the more obviously easy it was to explode and break with even the slightest effort. At the point, it dawned on me that the enemy were effectively mindless. I was a mind reader, able to predict their every move, but I often didn't have to. In almost every battle they just ran out of cover to engage me, even if they had indirect fire missiles. Enemies are also enabled to use or react to melee weapon, letting me just combo sword attacks against helps, whose even my hail of lead strategy was getting boring. It felt like I was blind, and even as their stats inflated, they couldn't do anything manifolded. The big problem is that it becomes repetitive really quick. After a couple of provinces, the chances are that you'll have looked in some good builds and you will be ready for anything that the enemy has to throw at you. While it's fun to tinker with your mechs, after a while there is no reason, especially because their artifactly intelligence well isn't. Enemies don't seem capable of doing anything other than charging towards you and shooting, let alone responding to your tactics. I've had battles where the entire opposing force starts out by deciding to shoot at one of my units that is safely behind a large hill and then continues to do so while the rest. On the plus side, the problems all seems immediately fixable because the foundation is so solid. Just some UI tweaks and some polish to the campaign would make the box of rocks a lot more forgivable. As it stands, it's absolutely a game that turn-based strategy and fans should try, but not necessarily one that they should buy. Wait and see if you can figure out now. Phantom Brigade begins to creak and show its elimination. There is the foundation for something great, but it will take a few expansion or an active modding scene to realize it. Phantom Brigade is a prototype, even if not quite ready for mass production. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.